everybody, it's Mike Jeff for ChicagoJazz.com, Chicago Jazz Magazine. We're here at Flashpoint Academy here in Chicago doing a special Talkin' Jazz show. I've got vocalist Tammy McCann here.
Hi, you guys.
And we're going to be talking, before we get into the feature interview, which you will see May 1st on ChicagoJazzMagazine.com, but I wanted to do this little preview here, a Talkin' Jazz show, previewing the April 20th performance you have coming up called The Legacy of Lionel Hampton at the Music Institute of Chicago, 7:30 p.m. Now, this is actually on Lionel Hampton's birthday, but you know, you're the artist in resident there. You work on the programming there, so what better person to talk about this with than you? So why don't you preview it a little bit? How did this show come about?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're so excited to have this opportunity to have Mr. Joe Locke all the way from New York City. I tell you, if you've never seen Joe Locke, all I can say is go to YouTube and type in The King, and you will see everything that you need to see. He is a force of nature. We also have the amazing Mr. Thaddeus Tukes. This young man, his career is on such a meteoric rise, and I'm so excited to be working with both of them to create something really special to celebrate the legacy of Mr. Lionel Hampton. I'm going to be celebrating his work with Dinah Washington, and we're just all going to have a great time. We've got all of our faculty members. We've got Audrey Morrison, who is the head of our faculty. We've got Jeremy Kahn on piano, Josh Ramos on bass, Sam Jewell on drums, Victor Garcia on trumpet. Beautiful strings attached, as always, with the Music Institute event. And thanks so much for telling everybody about it.
No,
we really appreciate
I wanted to do that, but since we've got you here, why don't we talk a little bit about the Music Institute itself, too, because that's been around for quite a while. And, you know, the Music Institute of Chicago, right there in Evanston, by the way, this is going to be at Nichols Hall, which is a beautiful hall. Beautiful hall. 1490 Chicago Avenue in Evanston. Of course, we'll link everything up, but it's musicinst.org for tickets and all the information on the school. But now, parents can send their kids there. There's a summer jazz camp coming up.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of programming throughout the year, classical, jazz, everything in between. Why don't you talk a little bit about what they have there in addition to this?
Absolutely. Not only do we have programming for strings, we also have programming for jazz education. There's also a big jazz summer camp that we have every year. R.G. Morrison has some fantastic programming, and the Music Institute of Chicago is a real it's such a integral part of the artistic and musical footprint in Evanston. We want you to come and join us. We have some fantastic programming.
Yeah, I mean, if you, what are the age groups that can go there? I mean, it's like elementary school,
all
high
the way
school,
from kindergarten,
right? Yeah.
all the way from kindergarten, all the way to 18 years of age. We also have a wonderful institution called the Academy, which is these brilliant children. My goodness, they have careers, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about 11, 12, 15-year-olds that tour the world performing this amazing music. I mean, it's just really masterful what they're able to accomplish.
You know, that's the thing that I love about these, because there's several different schools like that, like Midwest Young Artists, the Music Institute of Chicago, Merit School of Music is another one. And, you know, they allow the kids, they go to school, the kids go to school, maybe they're in their band program, everything else, but I mean, you're in school, you're a band program. This is like you walk in, you're not doing anything but music, and you're dealing with professionals on the scene.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's truly master level instruction, and not only that, it's all the different locations. The Music Institute of Chicago, it has locations all over in Chicago proper, as well as in the surrounding suburbs. So if you go to musicinstitute.org, musicinst.org, you will be able to find a location that's close to you and your family.
Yeah, now you're tied in really closely with them, and of course, you've got this program coming up, and you can get all the information. What's your website personally, so everybody can find out where you're playing and all that stuff?
My website is TammyMcCann.com.
All right, so they can find out where else you're playing and what else you
Exactly.
have coming up. But of course, April 20th, right there at the Music Institute, Nichols Hall, 1490 Chicago Avenue in Evanston. Tickets at musicinst.org. And Tammy, thanks so much. And I'm looking forward to doing the feature interview with you coming up right next.
Hey man, I can't wait. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. All right, so hopefully we will see you April 20th at the show, and if not, hopefully Tammy will see you at a show coming up very soon where she's performing, or maybe I'll see you somewhere. But if we don't see you somewhere, hopefully we will see you somewhere out on the scene.